Hey there, fancy friends, it's Oliver, and in this video I show you 5 techniques you need to know in a street fight. This list is brought to us by Emile Andre, who wrote a book about self-defense in the street around 1900. He broke down the very famous and effective system of Julian Leclerc's Boxe Française, you will know more under the term Savat, into an even more simpler method. The straight and the swing to the body and the face, a hook to the body and an uppercut. For the kicks there are the French low kick, the stop kick, the toe kick and the side kick to the leg. But these are more than 5. Right, because if you are lacking time, the following 5 are what you should aim for. The 2 straights to the face, the toe kick, the French low kick and the stop kick. The first and maybe most important attack is the straight lead. This straight lead is not a jab, it's a lead punch. Straight, hard lead punch. And you may have seen our previous video on Charlemont method where I showed these great big movements. This is not the same. If you haven't watched this, watch it now. But we are following now the Leclerc school of Savat, and there, it's just short power and mostly from the weapon which is closest. So he's just my target today. If you want to throw that lead punch, you go on guard, it's an old school guard, surprise, and you straight out your arm, bring your shoulder forwards and go in a half lunge. So straight the rear leg, step out 1 foot in length with the front leg, and then hit. Probably the face. So we switch side because I wanted to show you the straight rear, which is mostly a cross and not very special today, but we are in our old school guard and I do the same lunge, but then I turn on my foot, bring in my hips and throw out the rear arm, and I could do it with a vertical fist, but I could also do it with a horizontal fist. So just like here. I like the vertical fist more for my wrist, but your choice. We level up because we go to the kicks, but before we go to the kicks, you have enabled the paywall by like and subscribe. We go again, you are ready with the toe kick. And this toe kick is not a front kick. It's just about flipping in the foot like it's a flail. So you lift the knee till it reaches more or less hip height, and then you throw out the lower leg and the foot. So the angle would be mostly slightly upwards in a whipping motion. So from here. And if you do this with the front or with the rear leg, it just depends on your distance management. If it comes me too close, I will use my rear leg. If I want to enter, I could use my front leg, whatever. So aim for the lower abdomen or between the legs, of course, self-defense. And a nice little add-on is the double toe kick, which is, it looks a little bit funny. It's like this, but you could imagine if he is an attacker and I aim for his belly and he goes backwards here and he comes again and I just double the kick. I'm easy, just a little bit fluent, so whoop, whoop. Doubling an attack could work here, and this is something that could easily happen. And you don't have to bring much of hip and power movement. It's just a snapping motion with a heavy shoe on your foot. We change again and the pad is gone. But no, it's just on his leg, because we follow up with the most iconic Boxe Française or Savat kick ever, the French low kick. And the French low kick is one of the reasons the French love their false guard that much. So false guard means we mirroring each other. So I have left leg forwards and he has the right leg forward, or vice versa. But then I would hit the inside of his leg, which is mostly bone. And yeah, many masters said I could crack the bone, which I don't know, but they said it. It definitely hurts more because on the outside there is lots of calf, so very muscular in this case, or fluffy in my case. But to throw the coup de pied bas, I always use the rear leg because this is the one which would have the power. And for that, I sink in the leg, bring it in front of my front leg, and then I whip it out like in the toe kick and yeah, hit with the sole with the heavy shoe again. So I'm here. Yeah, you see here, and then I hit that out. From here, step in, bend the leg, and kick out. And we could also double the coup de pied bas for the same reasons. So if I would throw in and he just replaces his leg and comes in again, I just come back. So just here. Yeah. Of course, I have to be aware of this. After we have used the coup de pied bas as a stop kick, so he's retreating and he's coming back again, and I stopped him with my second coup de pied bas, the last kick is the real stop kick. So the coup d'arrêt, and yeah, it's actually a defense. So if he would throw his own coup de pied bas at me, I just stop his kick on my edge of the sole, which is not very nice. So slow again, yeah, he comes again, I lift the leg, which is first kind of a defense. So if the leg is not there, it's not there. And then I could choose to lift it and kick it. So his motion comes to my motion. Yeah, do I have to say more? And that's a very simple method of Emile Andre's self-defense. Would this has been your choice? Drop me a line and tell us about your 5 techniques. But don't forget, these 5 are just the absolute minimum Andre advises us to train. He will throw in some knees and elbows, dirty grabs, locks, and throws afterwards. So see ya in the next video.